Welcome to an iPhone tip, brought to you by your Technology Tutor. Today's iPhone tip, we're going to take a look at an iPhone app. It's called Yahoo Weather, brought to you by Chet Davis, your Technology Tutor. So we fired up my iPhone 4S, and the application I'm showing you today actually works on pretty much all of the later generations of the Apple iPhone from the 3G on up. And what I'm talking about today, again, is this weather app. Now, this is what's included as soon as you fire up your new phone or your used phone. It's one of the apps or applications that are included in the system. It is the weather app, and it's provided by Yahoo. There are several weather apps. This is the one that's included in the system. In fact, it's one of the few apps that you can't actually delete from the system. You can move it to another page if you don't like it, but I find it quite useful. In another tutorial, I'm going to show you my other favorite weather app by the Weather Channel. But again, this is the Yahoo Weather app included on your iPhone. To launch it, we go ahead and click on it, and it will open up. And what it will display, if you've not used it before, if you've not programmed it, is the local weather. And you can see the local weather is for the city that I'm in right now, in San Rafael. And at the top, it lists the current outside temperature in the city of San Rafael at 75 degrees Fahrenheit. It also gives you a cute little icon at the top depending on what the weather is. If the sun is shining at nighttime, it shows you stars and the moon. If it's raining, there's a cute little diagram. Now, that's not animated. Not typically. In this app, it is a static, but it does give you a quick snapshot of what the weather's like outside, just in case you don't have a window. Now, beneath that, it will show the upcoming daytime forecast high temperatures and the nighttime forecast low temperatures for the next 6 days, including the current day. Now, this particular tutorial shot on a Saturday, so that's the current temperature forecast, a high of 79 degrees with an overnight low of 54 degrees. And again, it shows the next 6 days. Now, there's no way to move beyond that in this particular app, so you've got a 6-day window, including the one you're sitting on. There is one nice thing, though. You can click on the current day, and it will show you the next 8 hours. So at 3 p.m., there's the forecast high, at 4 p.m., and so on. And you can scroll down, and again, it will show you the next 8 hours, even into Sunday morning. So you can see the icon representing what the weather forecast is going to be like. Now, if you click on this little tiny Y with the exclamation point in the bottom left, you may know that is the Yahoo icon. So it will take you to the local Yahoo weather page where you can find even more information and data about the weather, etc. Now I'm going to go ahead and what I did is I went back home, and I'm going to go ahead and relaunch the application because I want to show you how to customize this. In the bottom right corner, what you have is the little tiny letter I for information. By clicking on that, it will open up the weather customization menu. Now, you have the local weather. If you don't want the local weather, you can turn that off. For example, if you put in your own weather, I'm going to show you it will duplicate what you've got going on. If you want to add additional cities, additional locations, whether they're nearby or around the world, you can do that right now. So I'm going to go ahead and click enter. And not too far from my home is San Francisco. We like to travel there. I like to do lots of photography and video down there. And you can enter in the first part of the word and let it search. If you enter the full term, it'll enter it much quickly. There's San Francisco, California. So we click OK. And that's one of the cities. Let's add another one. Well, I've got a workshop coming up in Chicago, Illinois, an iPhone photography workshop. It's just going to be fabulous. And I go ahead and click Chicago, Ill. And there we have Chicago, Illinois. So we highlight that, and it's added Chicago on. Well, let's just say I've been thinking about having a workshop over in London, England. That may not be till next year, but we might as well start dreaming about it. We'll go ahead and enter London, and there will probably be a number of indications here. Let's go ahead for London, England. So what we've done is we've added 3 different cities. Now I want to go ahead and add my first city. Let's add the city where I'm sitting in today, where I'm recording this tutorial. San Rafael. And once it validates and finds that city, we go ahead and click OK. And so I've added the number of different cities. Now, on the far right, you have the option to move the cities in whatever order you want. So if I want San Rafael, my home city, to be at the top, we just click on the bar at the far right, and you can see that you can easily rearrange these cities depending on your preference. At the bottom, you have the ability to select whether you want the temperatures displayed in Fahrenheit or in centigrade. And you have that option. I'm going to go ahead and, because I'm most familiar figuring out the current temperature with Fahrenheit. Once that's completed, you go ahead and click Done. So we're back in the regular interface, and you can see as we scroll to the right and to the left, it navigates between the different forecasts for each of the cities or locations that we've programmed into the weather application. Now, and each of them, I should point out, do have the capability to open up the hour-by-hour forecast in each of the days for the current locations. Now, as I mentioned a few moments ago, you can turn off the local weather, the local forecast, and here's why you might want to do that. So here's the city of Centerville, which comes up under local weather because that's where I'm at right now. And I also have Centerville programmed in as one of the multiple pages, the specific locations, the favorite locations. If that annoys you or bothers you, the easiest thing to do is to come back here to the information button and simply click to turn off the local weather. Centerville will still be in there because it's one of your 4 spots, but you won't be seeing the duplicate portion in there. Okay, that's a walkthrough of the weather app available on your iPhone. Thanks for joining me today. If you have questions about this tutorial, if you have suggestions for me to review other apps in your iPhone, or have questions about your iPhone, visit my website at yourtechnologytutor.com.